Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sean, sometimes known as the Beast. We've got a selection of black metal to show you. Stuff I've been listening to these last couple of weeks, amongst all the other stuff that we all listen to day in day out. Some of it's a little bit naughty, some of it's a little bit strange, all of it's really good. So, first up is the band Evil. This is their demo called All Evil. And it also features the recorded rehearsal from 1995, I believe that font says. This is a reissue out on Darker Than Black with the additional Obi strip for whatever reason. This is absolutely savage. It's really lo-fi, as you would expect from a demo. The intro music is sort of quite pleasant, as it were, and then when the black metal kicks in, it is absolutely ferocious. Now, this features a gentleman who goes by the name of Black Goat of Darkness on vocals. He left the band after that one demo. I believe he had a lot to do with the NS side of things. It's on Blue Wax. Yeah, and he got arrested and then sent to prison for 20 years for the alleged murder of a homosexual gentleman. He died in 2007, I think. But what this is, there's no inner sheet, all the bump that you would normally associate with an inner sheets on the back. This is really uncompromising, very much what you would expect black metal to sound like. You know, there's no real emphasis on anything other than just making some absolutely horrendous music, but horrendous in a good way, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. There's 3 tracks of just pure, violent, vitriolic, nasty black metal, and like I said, the recordings is very lo-fi. I've listened to it quite a few times on the stereo, but I've listened to it more through my headphones because you can sort of, I don't know if it's just this style of black metal, but I seem to be able to get more from it listening to it through headphones, because you know, you can sort of negate the background noise, as it were. But so that's the first one is Evil and their demo from 1995, All Evil. It's actually the second demo. Sticking with the same band again, this is Evil with one of the Darker Than Black Obi strips. This is A Southern War from Winter's March, which was their 1996 third demo, and it also includes Storming Onwards to the Battlefields demo from 1997. Again, it's very similar in respect of the sound quality is extremely lo-fi. In fact, I would say the 96 demo is probably even worse sounding or worse recorded than All Evil. However, if you can get past that sort of well, just lo-fi approach to metal, this has got you can see how the songcraft's got better. The vocalist's been replaced by Warlord, who I believe was the guy that formed the band initially. He takes over the vocal duties, and his vocals are savage, as you'd expect. Again, it's on blue vinyl. But yeah, there's definitely a progression in the music from the earlier demo onto these 2 demos. Again, you sort of know what you're getting just by looking at the iconography there. It's not, they aren't singing about daffodils and such like, but there's something about these demos recently, or these style of demos, that it's just intriguing to hear for me as a relative newcomer to the black metal genre, and it's just it fascinates me. It makes you wonder like about the thought process of the way they crafted the songs, what they were aiming for, and stuff like that. Really, 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 really good, and I'm really happy to have picked them up. I will try and get the first demo if that gets reissued anywhere, or if it's been reissued. I haven't found it yet. But yeah, they have got quite a big back catalogue. I have a couple of their later albums on CD, and I believe one more on vinyl, which will probably get shown in a later video when they get the time they deserve. So that's first two are both by Evil, and it's their second, third and fourth demos. Now this next album, I actually saw it online first in the shop I frequent, Beatdown Records, and I thought I'd listen to it. The cover intrigued me, so I thought I'd listen to it digitally. At the time I was quite busy, so I did enjoy it. I listened to it, enjoyed it. I thought, yeah, it's good, that it'd be worth picking up. So the band in question are called End Style. The album in question is called Infection 1813. This came out in 2011. This is their 7th full length on Seasons of Mist. Now this is one of the strangest. I showed this on the live stream the other night with John and Marty and Dave, and it's a very strange, sort of like a triple gatefold type thing. Only one record, so I don't know why they decided to make it like that. Now this has had a lot of spins since I got it, and I really, really do enjoy it. However, it is quite samey throughout. Not the nicest colour vinyl, but just sort of going with the aesthetics of the album cover. But yeah, it's really good. It's very much blasty, angry vocals. The riffs are quite, I was going to say quite memorable, but the reason they are memorable is it's pretty similar throughout the whole release. If you want something with a lot more variety between tracks, then this probably won't be for you. But if you want to listen to it and take on board what it is and enjoy it for what it is, then it's a really, really good listen. I say they have got quite a big catalogue. I do have one of the other ones that I bought at the same time as this, but it hasn't been spanned as much. But again, that'll probably get shown in a future update. But yeah, it's good. It's full of that. It's got quite a rich production sound to it, and that makes each individual instrument quite audible. Stands out quite well. It's just like I say, it does get a little bit repetitive throughout, which I can see some people be quite easily get bored with it. It's probably now, I would say this is probably an album that I'll put on in the background if I was doing something, you know, maybe doing some work or something. So yeah, good album, worth listening to. Just be prepared for it to be a little bit samey. So that's End Style and Infection 1813. Yeah, 1813. Now this next EP is absolutely superb. I've seen other people mention the band, never been able to find anything by them. Especially, I think they had an album out last year that seemed to be very popular, and I haven't been able to find it. So anyway, the band in question are called Fantifaxath, I believe that's how you say it. This is their self-titled EP from 2011. This is a 2025 reissue on Dark Descent Records. This is one of the opening tracks. Quite of sort of got like a choral feel to it, and then it kicks into really, really sort of sensational, atmospheric black metal. Really, really full production. It's got quite a unique guitar sound tone. The bass is really thick and heavy. The drum lines are the drumming is quite intrinsic. I'll take that properly. Single-sided, obviously. With the, which way do we go? Which fucking way does that go? Right, anyway. you can see where it is, or where it isn't, or but you can see it. Yeah, this is absolutely superb. This is one of them ones where it's pretty technical, but not to a point where it's overbearing. In fact, the fact is that it is as technical as it is kept me even more interested. I believe they've got 2 full lengths out and another EP, so I'm definitely going to try and track them down, because this is absolutely superb. This is a great release. Really happy to have picked it up. I think I got this one from, I think it was in the parcel I got from Misako Noho, so the chances are it'll still be available, and relatively cheap as well, I think it was. So yeah, I'll just say it. Thanti Faxath, their self-titled EP from 2011. Well, this next one, I was still a little bit unsure whether to show it, because I've said before, I'm not really a fan of showing stuff that I'm not a fan of. This is very much a bit of an enigma of an album. The band in question are called Tyrannic. The album is called Mortis Decadence from 2021. This is the second full length on Iron Bonehead Productions. This is classed as black doom metal from Australia. The enigma for me with this record is it a black metal with doom leanings, or is it a doom metal album with blackened meanings? The answer is yes, but also no. I know that makes completely no sense whatsoever. If you only listen to this once, I would be mightily surprised if you didn't dislike it. Now, you might listen to it 10 times and still dislike it, because it is very much it's very strange. However, the more I've listened to it, the more I've begun to appreciate just what they're trying to put across, what they're trying to do. The music is really good. Some of the doom passages are so atmospheric. It's, you know, it takes some it'll take some beating. The harsh black metal style vocals are harsh and black metal style vocals. The clean vocals are very difficult to listen to. They are almost as if they've intentionally sang out of tune. Now, obviously that's going to put a lot of people off straight away, and that's one of the stumbling points for me. However, as a whole, when you listen to it and that strange clean vocals come in, it does sort of work with the music. It does sort of add a layer of just like eeriness and creepiness to the overall atmosphere of it. It will be I would think this will be an album that definitely splits opinion. I don't think it's an album where you'd say, yeah, it's alright. It'll either be, I absolutely love it, or I think it's shit. Personally now, I've crawled out of the toilet bowl a little bit, and I'm starting to, with more spins, starting to like it more and more. It's clever, it's different, it's not just your standard black metal record, it's not your standard doom metal record. It's sort of a very strange amalgam of both genres, done really well. But go into it, listening to it, if you decide to, with an open mind, and be prepared for some oddities, as it were, in your audio experience. But yeah, so that's Tyrannic and Mortis Decadence. I will leave links to all of these, like I always do, in the description, just so you can see if I'm just as weird as, or you're just as weird as I am. Right, last one for this what's been spinning type thing is the third full length from the band Ash Magic. This is called Rituals of Anathematic East. This is a 2025 release, out on Apocalyptic Witchcraft. This band or project is from Turkey. This is just two ladies that do this. The vocalist and then the other lady that does everything else. I will say straight away, this is program drumming. However, the mix for the majority of the album is very much guitar led. So the program drums, I mean, I'm fine with program drums to a degree. They don't really distract you on this because of the fact that the guitars are so high in the mix. It's on black wax again. The intro track's quite a strange sort of mix of industrial sounding noise with sort of like monastic chanting over it, but then when the second song, The Kneeling Wretch, starts, that is just pure unadulterated black metal. The vocals are absolutely savage. There's something quite disturbing about the way she puts her vocals across, which obviously adds to the whole atmosphere of eeriness and creepiness. The keys that are in it are quite low back, but you can definitely hear them. They're definitely an intrinsic part of what they're trying to put out. I said this is the only thing I own by them. I will be trying to find the other two full lengths the release prior to this. I've got a sneaky suspicion that the more I listen to this, the more likely it is it's going to make its way onto my end of year list. I wouldn't have thought it'd be, it won't be pressure in the top 5, but there's just something about it that with repetitive listens it just gets better and better and sinks in. It's got some really, really memorable hooks. Like I say, the drum programming's, it's not too bad because of the production, even though I'm not a massive fan of program drums. But yeah, it's just it's something slightly different. Sort of almost got a bit of a folk like edge to it, like folklore edge rather than actual folk music edge type thing. What else have I put? Yeah, like I say, there's that like overwhelming fear of dread and disdain. But yeah, really, really good album. I said, the more I listen to it, the more it sort of grows on me, which I suppose that can be said for most records, really. So yeah, that's it for this one. If you know of any of these, then pop down in the comments and give me your thoughts, especially about Tyrannic. If you've heard that, what you think of that one, and the strange, clean vocals. Do the normal things that YouTube asks us to do, like comment, subscribe and such like. It's always fun chatting about music in the comments. It's always fun discovering new music. I've had quite a few people come into the comments and say, have you heard? And again, that's what the VC is all about for me, as far as I'm concerned. Sharing music and getting to hear music from other people. So, I'll let you go. It's Saturday, so I suppose I will do some chores around the house and such like. Enjoy listening to whatever music you are listening to. Enjoy whatever genre of music you're listening to. And as always, until we come back with some other type of nonsensical waffle relating to music, cheers.